Well, you know.
Mark Williams makes 3 in a row. Now he takes a 28 pin. See, we were just anticipating that, right, Earl?
There you go.
He heads to the 8th frame, leading by 28. But he's been struggling on this left lane. Got a crossover last time. That's the backbone of that turkey.
Well, you know he's going to give it more room. Mark Williams, he'll throw it harder, he'll give it more room, and he'll turn it harder. So
overpower the lane like
he
he
will.
was talking
Exactly
about.
what he'll do. He'll throw it harder, turn it harder. There it is. A lot more speed, a lot more back end. And with confidence there.
And a 38-pin lead, and puts Don Moser, as he enters the 8th frame, in a situation where he must strike.
Look at the effort into the release point there. You can see him really lift up hard on the ball and rotate around it. That's what he means by overpowering the lane.
Well, Moser keeps himself alive, cuts it back to 28. If he strikes here in the 9th, it would only be 18.
Moser's showing he's got some courage there. He's coming back. He's not giving up. As I mentioned, he has yet to not strike when he's been in the pocket. He's thrown 3 doubles, but he's had, unfortunately, the open in the 3rd, the open in the 6th on the 2 mistakes he has made.
Ninth frame action. Moser trailing.
Well, it's the first time he has, you might say, gotten tapped. That ball, he gave it a little more room, got it farther down the lane. Again, when it's behind the head pin and doesn't come back very solid and hard, it's not going to strike, and that was a weak 10.
Cross lane at the 10 pin. If he converts, he's behind by 29. His first spare of the game comes in the 9th frame.
Really hasn't bowled that poorly. You look at his score, it doesn't reflect how well he's played. As I mentioned, he's hit the pocket 7 out of the 9 shots. The 2 errors worked very costly. Mark Williams, as you see on the graphic, his 36th career television appearance. A very experienced player, very talented player, and this should be a great match when he bowls Scott Alexander.
Well, leaves the 4 pin, but at this point in the match, it doesn't upset him. Cross lane at the 4 pin. Switching to this other colored ball. What color is that, Earl?
It's kind of a lemon yellow to me, Mike. I'm not sure.
Well, whatever it is, it knocked over the 4 pin with no trouble. He needs 7 pins to be a victor. I think he can handle that.
Well, you never know. I've seen Mark do some strange things, but I'm pretty sure you're right, Mike. I think he'll get 7 pins.
That looks like 10 to me.
Right.
It looks like 10 right there. Mark Williams seems to have figured it out, which is bad news for Scott Alexander as he comes on. All the experience being with Williams.
That's right. We talked about Scott Alexander, the defending or the current PBA national champion, which is a major tournament on the PBA Tour, but it's the only television appearance he's made on the national tour. But he's 1 for 1.
Mark Williams doubling in the 10th frame. If he strikes on the field ball, he'll finish with 236. Coasting to victory in our opening match.
Definitely got the crowd behind him. He's got somebody back here that's really in.
Yes, they are. Every time they yell, I get a headache. Mark Williams with 235. Don Moser just finishing it out. Another disappointing performance. Well, the solid 10, the head pin came back and got it.
Just bowling for respectability now, Mike. Everybody wants to bowl 200 on television. He needs a double to get that. He'll give it his best effort.
What's interesting here is 2, 4, 6. He could wind up with 9 strikes and bowl 208 and lose by almost 30 pins. Well, Mark Williams only got 6 strikes.
But he got him in a bunch. That's the key. That's the difference, and no opens.
That is the difference, isn't it? 8 strikes he already has in this match. 8 out of 11. Going for 9 for 12, and he's going to lose by almost 30 pins.
You know, watching the bowlers in match play throughout the evening last night, and it was kind of interesting because a lot of them bowled exactly the way Moser is. They would throw a lot of strikes, but they'd also get a couple of opens. The lane condition was very touchy.
Don Moser finishes with 2:08. So our winner in the opening match, Mark Williams, 2:35.